Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy with me Kavita Yadav as a mentor and training coordinator. In today's lecture, we'll be discussing about the next topic that comes under the implementation of the Food Regulation Act 2006, that is the FSS. In today's lecture, we'll be discussing about the inspection reports, notices, improvement notices and prohibition order. Let me remind you that in our previous lecture we have discussed about the licensing and registration, how to apply for that if we want to open a new food industry or if we want to go for the business in the food industrial sectors. Then before opening such industries we have to apply for the license and we have to go for the registration, and for that we have to fill the application form. If it is accepted by the government, then some notices will be given to you. If there is a requirement for the inspection or if your application is rejected, then also you will be notified soon. So in today's lecture the topic is inspection report, that will comes under that part, in that regarding your licensing and registration of a particular food business. So it is a part of that lecture. So, inspection reports and notices deals with, on receiving the completed application, the concerned licensing authority shall direct the food safety officer or any other person specially designated for such functions to inspect the premises to verify the suitability of the licensing as per the requirements of the act. The licensing authority may issue a notice to the applicant if he deems fit, guiding him on necessary steps to be taken or changes or alteration to be made in the premises in order to adhere to general safety, hygiene, sanitary conditions laid down under the rules and regulations. And during the inspection, the various points are considered by the inspecting officer and prescribed inspection procedures are followed. So as I told you that once you applied for the application, if it is necessary, if you are opening for suppose if you are opening for a about to open a meat or meat process shop, then there is a requirement to have a license of a particular authority, from a particular authority, and the authority and the government, the officers must have to check whether you are performing your product specification properly or not, or you have maintained the proper hygiene condition or not, or you are giving the safe product to the public or not. That is why inspection round is important, and it is being followed by the government before issuing the license, or before you they give you the registration to open the shop. By considering the appropriate points, a detailed inspection report to be prepared by the officer as per the format A, and copy of the same has to be handed over the application suggestion compliance for the improvement if any. After confirming that all the requirements have been complied with the requirements, a license will then be issued by the licensing authority in format C provided under Schedule 2 of the Licensing and Registration Regulation 2009 Act. The food safety officer or any other person specially designated for such functions shall, with a view to securing compliance with this order, that is to get investigated any complaint which may be made in writing in respect of any contraventions of the provision of this order and the rules and regulations made thereunder. Enter upon, inspect the processing and the storage premises of any license or manufacturer and make routine inspection report as per the format B at any time with a view to satisfying himself whether a sanitary and hygienic requirements are being followed as per the requirement or not, and of the act or not. So verifying the following details in case of the routine inspection after issuing the license: the file which includes the original license, previous inspection report and the compliance thereon, all the letters corresponding with the food authority production statement form D, daily production register and stock register in the form of D and E in respect of different raw materials, their consumptions in manufacture of the food and disposals of the processed food, that is to be also verified under the document. Medical examination and vaccinations report of the permanent workers, lab testing record batch wise and date wise in case of small scale and large scale factories, food safety management system plan if any, and recall plan if any. So these are the documents that must be verified by the routine officer if he go for the inspection in a particular industry, and he has to put all the details in his record so that he can submit it to the licensing authority before the issuing of the license. Follow as far as may be the provision of the Code of the Criminal Procedure 1973, 2 of 1974, relating to the search or inspection while exercising the power of the entry upon and inspection of any place under this section. So, on giving a proper receipt, seize or detain any food manufactured, marketed, packed, or labeled otherwise than in accordance with the provision of the Act or suspected in the contravention of the provision of this Act, and keep it in a safe custody of the food business operator after taking the sample, provided that where the food safety officer keeps such article in a safe custody of the food business operator, he may require the food business operator to execute a bond for a sum of money equal to the value of such article with one or more sureties as the food safety officer deems fit, and the food business operator shall execute the bond accordingly. So whosoever go for the inspection, he must have a record of all the inspections criteria, whether the food is of proper quality or not, they do not sell the damaged food or the food up to the mark or not, and the samples must be chemically tested or not. So these are the, and if someone has found to be punishable, then also the report must be sent to the government. Destroy any article of the food seized which is perishable in nature and is so deteriorated that it is unfit for human consumption after giving notice in writing to the food business operator. Inspect any books or other documents of license relating to the manufacture and disposal of the fruit products. Seize or detain the giving proper receipt, raw material documents, account book, or other relevant evidence connected with the manufacture of the food product in respect which he has reason to believe that the contraventions of the act has taken place, provided that no such book of the account or other document shall be seized by the food safety officer except with the previous approval of the authority. To prohibit the sale of any food products which is in contraventions of the provision of this act and rules and the regulations made thereunder. Dispose of all the food products of the raw materials so seized or detained in such a manner as he deems fit. Collect on payment samples of the food product intended or exposed for sale or sold or under dispatch or delivery to any dealer, agent, or broker for the purpose of the sale, and have such samples analyzed at a laboratory selected for the purpose of licensing officers. Collect from the license of manufacturer its cost calculated at the rate at which the article is usually sold to the public on giving a proper receipt, samples of any food products or any chemical, dye, or any other ingredients used in the preparation of such foods product from the premises of such license of the manufacturer, in respect of which he has reason to believe that the contraventions of the act has taken place. So these were the inspections or reports that has to be filled with and that has to be collected while issuing before issuing any license or registration to a particular food or business operator. So there comes the routine inspection. In routine inspection, what have happened, the following details has to be maintained, that the products for which it is being licensed. You have to mention the name and address of the factory, the license number and the category, and you have to maintain the products for which the license has to be given. License, if it is paid for 200, or whether for license for the renewal, you have to check it. Location of the factory, whether it is a residential part or a commercial or industrial. You have to see the surroundings, approach and arrangement for the disposal of effluents and waste. Next, you have to, in a routine inspection, you have to check, go for the fly proof area of the manufacturing premises. That is the includes the number of rooms with dimensions of each length, address of the godown if located outside the factory premises, and area, nature of the construction and type of ceiling of the factory and godowns. Includes the, it comes under the factory hygiene. Suppose a fly proofing flooring, and check the drainage, ventilation, lightening and whitewashing. You have to check it for this. You also have to, under this, check the moisture proofing of walls up to the 5 feet height, number of urinal for sex, and distance from manufacturing hall, whether any repugnant item manufactured or not. Next is the machinery and any equipment installed, HP. So in this we have to check the installed capacity per working hour shift. And next is the source of supply of water. If non-municipal, date of water, then you have to go for the analysis of water potability and the quantity of water available per 8 hours. And you also have to look for the arrangement for the cooking, that is whether boiler is installed or not, and number of gas or kerosene burners are installed in the particular industry or not, number of bhattis and arrangement of the outlet of the smokes. And these are the arrangements you have to check. This check has been checked in the routine inspection. Workers hygiene is also be checked, as I have discussed in the previous slide, that you have to check the medical, vaccination, inoculation, aprons, headwear, soap, detergent, nail cutters are available for that, for the workers or not. Production and disposal records, that is the maintain the hygienic condition, maintain the that comes under the form D and E. Quantity is manufactured, value is manufactured, export is manufactured, export is dealt with in, and record is maintained in the particular format. Next is comes your the improvement notice. Suppose if after the inspection the officer found some of the points to be not clear, some of the points not up to the mark, then in return, in response to the application, there is a notice comes to the particular food business operator for improvement, if such any requirement of the improvement is there. Then after you improve yourself, after the your improvement is done, then again they come for the inspection. So in improvement notice, if the designated officer has reasonable ground for believing that any food business operator has failed to comply with any regulation to which this section applies, he may be may by a notice served on that food business operator. In this act referred to as an improvement notice, that includes the state the ground of the believing that the food business operator has failed to comply with the regulation, specify the matters which constitute the food business operator's failure so to comply, specify the measures which in the opinion of the said authority the food business operator must take in order to secure the compliance, and requires the food business operator to take those measures which are at least equivalent to them with a reasonable period not being less than 14 days as may be specified in the notice. If the food business operator fails to comply with an improvement notice, his license may be suspended. If the food business operator still fails to comply with the improvement notice, the designated officer may, after giving the license an opportunity to show cause, cancel and license guaranteed to him, provided that the designated officer may suspend any license forthwith. The interest of the public health for the reason to be recorded in rating. So, any person who is aggrieved by an improvement notice, refusal to issue a certificate as to improvement, or cancellation or suspension or revocation of license under this act may appeal to the Commissioner of the Food Safety, whose decision thereon shall be final. The period within which such an appeal may be brought shall be 15 days after the date on which the notice of the decision was served on the persons desiring to appeal, or in the case of an appeal under subsection 1, the said period or period specific in the improvement notice wherever the expires earlier. So when the officers goes for the inspection and he do not found any, and he found uh, any of the point to be not specific for that particular production, then he may notice you by improving, by send you the notice to improve that point. And if you fail to improve that within a 14 or 15 days, then your license will be up to the cancellation. Next comes to the prohibition order, that is the third topic under the Implementation Act of the FSS 2006. If any food business operator is convicted of an offence under this act and the court by or before which he is so convicted is satisfied that the health risk exists with the respect to that food business, the court, after giving the food business operator an opportunity of being heard, may an order impose the following prohibition, namely a prohibition on the use of the process or treatment of the for the purpose of the food business, a prohibition on the use of the premises or equipment for the purpose of the food business or any other food business of the same class or description, a prohibition on the use of the premises or equipment for the purpose of any food business. So the court may, on being satisfied that is it is necessary so to do by an order, impose a prohibition on the food business operator participating in the management of any food business or any food business of a class or description specified in the order. As soon as a practicable after making of an orders under subsection or 1 or subsection 1 2 in this act refers to the prohibition order, the concerned food safety officer shall serve a copy of the order on the food business operator, and in case of an order under the subsection 1, affix a copy of the order at a conspicuous place on such premises used for the purpose of the food business, and any person who knowingly contravenes such an order shall be guilty of an offence and be punishable with a fine which may extend to 3 lakh rupees. The concerned food safety officer shall, with the approval of the designated officer, issue a certificate to the effect that the food business operator has taken the sufficient measures justifying lifting the prohibition order within the 7 days of his being satisfied on an application made by the food business operator for such a certificate, or the said officer shall determine as soon as is responsibly practicable and in any event within 14 days whether or not he is so satisfied, and if he determines that he is not so satisfied, give notice to the food business operator of the reason for that determination. A prohibition order shall cease to have effect upon the court being satisfied on an application made by the food business operator not less than 6 months after the prohibition order has been passed, that the food business operator has taken sufficient measures justifying the lifting of the prohibition order. The court shall give a direction on an application by the food business operator if the court thinks it proper so to do, having a regard to all the circumstances of the cases, including in particular the conduct of the food business operator since the making the orders, but no such application shall be entertained if it is not made within 6 months and within 3 months after the making by the food business operator of a previous application for such direction. Next is the emergency prohibition notice and orders. Suppose if the designated officer is satisfied that the health risk condition exists with respect to any food business, he may, after a notice served on the food business operator, apply to the Commissioner of the Food Safety for imposing the prohibition. If the Commissioner of the Food Safety is satisfied on the application of such an officer that the health risk condition exists with respect to any food business, he shall by an order impose the prohibition. The designated officer shall not apply for any emergency prohibition orders unless at least 1 day before the date of the application he has served notice on the food business operator of the business of his intentions of apply of the order. As soon as the practicable after the making of the emergency prohibition order, the designated officer shall require the food safety officer to serve a copy of the order on the food business operator of the business and affix a copy of the order at a conspicuous place on such premises that is used for the purpose of that business, and any person who is knowingly contravenes such an order shall be guilty of an offence and shall be punishable with imprisonment for the term which may be extended to 2 years and with a fine that is at least of 2 lakhs for 2 lakhs rupees. An emergency prohibition order shall cease to have effect on issue of the designated officer of a certificate to the effect that he is satisfied that the food business operator has taken the sufficient measures for justifying the lifting of the such orders. The designated officer shall issue a certificate under the subsection within the 7 days of an application of the food business operator. For such a certificate on his being not satisfied, the said officer shall give notice to the food business operator within a period of 10 days indicating the reason for such decision. Thank you for being with us. I hope you have gone through all the procedures required for applying licensing and registration before opening for any food business operator shop or industry. For more information, please log on to our website www.itlsacademy.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter. And yes, do not forget to subscribe our channel ITLS Academy at YouTube.